gotta keep them separated.
But
Hey.
Where are the flippin' tartar sauce?
Where's the
uh,
tartar sauce?
Where
I
are the flippin' tartar sauce?
I will say, because I mentioned that Ilyana has no sex scene, Slavia has the most
Of course
amount
she
of
does.
provocative scenes.
What a surprise.
Hmm.
I believe at least 3 or 4 photos.
Jeez, what a flippin'
Four, you
slut.
say?
Well, I guess we'll be doing
We'll be doing something.
that. I really don't know how I'm gonna put that in the video.
I don't think you just have to redraw it, but stick figure,
Just
and so it's
censor
super
every
detailed.
censor everything except for their face. Just make it just
You
like
mean,
dark and
so what you're saying is censor their faces and nothing else?
Censor their faces and uncensor the donger.
Yeah, I'm just gonna unblur the dick going into the thing.
Yeah.
The whammon part. I
Yeah.
don't know, I don't remember what it's called. We left the cabin. Hold on, let me flick off my light. Oi.
it's really blurry. Where to? She
Well,
freaking
good
looks
to
like Slenderman to me.
well, good to meet Jevna was talking about some kind of a lineup. Let's go to the square. Most likely, it'll be there.
Nice rhyme.
I know.
He's a
Thank you.
poet. He didn't even know it.
Masha took my
Whoa.
hand but let it go right away. I chose not to look in her direction because I already knew what expression she had on her face and just headed to the square.
And also, I don't like eye contact. I
I'm
will not
scared of
look
it.
at
I also don't have eyes.
her.
The lineup, if that is the right term for people flocking around the monument, was quite crowded. I didn't recognize even half of the people gathered here, and that fact was extremely strange on its own. Olga Dmitrievna tried to line them all up. I chose not to linger and went up to her.
Olga Dmitrievna, you know.
Oh, and Miku is here too.
She interrupted me.
Excellent. We'll talk after the lineup.
What lineup are you talking about? Isn't that enough playing games? For God's sake, it's not funny anymore.
She looked at me in confusion.
What are you talking about?
About that.
Masha cautiously looked out from behind my back.
Olga Dmitrievna, it really isn't funny anymore. I don't understand you two.
Let's seriously get back to the shooting.
You've a gun?
Yeah. End my Brawlhalla suffering. What shooting?
I looked at her attentively, and for the first time, I realized that perhaps she wasn't joking. Olga Dmitrievna was never a decent actress, so I doubt that this expression of surprise and incomprehension was fake. What a mess.
Okay, let's assume. Tell us your version.
Version of what?
She was still blinking her eyes while looking at my mouth.
I got. What? Okay. I got it.
I grabbed Masha by her arm and she got really horny and headed away from the square.
Hey, hold on. Where are you going?
To the woods. We have to find someone less insane.
You gonna murder her?
What? No.
Olga Dmitrievna's shouts followed us, but I didn't pay any attention. Soon enough, we reached the clubhouse. According to the script, it ought to be right here.
Let's go.
Is this where we get the flippin' cat lady? Masha didn't reply, just followed my lead. I opened the door abruptly and walked in. And Ezra was there as I had expected.
What's happening?
Playa?
Oh, Simeon. You're not alone. Hi there. Have you come here to join our club?
When did Ezreal become Barney?
I don't know.
It seemed that there was something wrong with him, too.
Why aren't you at the lineup?
I asked mischievously.
Ahem. Well, I've got something to finish here. Ah, whatever. Just tell us what's going on here. Am I missing something?
Just like Olga Dmitrievna, he stared at me with no sign of understanding.
Why the heck is everyone around here acting like we're real pioneers in a real pioneer camp? Isn't that the case? Is it? Well, actually, And what about the film? What film? The film, the one we're filming. Semyon, I really don't understand what you're talking about.
It's only now that I realize that everyone around is calling me Semyon. Well, Sasha was always calling me Semyon-kun too. But that was clearly a joke. Well, here, it's not a big thing, but my name is definitely not Semyon. I stepped back in horror and tripped over Masha. She let out a
Yeah.
short scream.
And you, Miku?
I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay.
I snatched Masha's hand and ran out. I managed to halt only at the bus stop. As I turned around, I saw Masha gasping for breath. I let go of her hand and sat down on the edge of the road.
Looks like two of us are in trouble.
Oh, she's still insane.
Alexis.
Don't you get it? Everyone here behaves exactly the same as it was written in my script.
She stared blankly at me for some time. Then she recovered.
Yeah, a fair guess. But what? Why?
Like I would know.
So, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Masha was on the edge of bursting into tears.
Oh, stop it. I really have no idea. How can I come up with ready-made solutions in this situation?
I understand, but
After all, there is still a possibility of it all being a silly joke. Well, an overdone one.
what if?
Well, if, then we'll act in accordance with the circumstances.
I sighed and quickly stood up.
Let's go eat something at least. I think that whatever is happening here, food will still be served.
Masha gave a barely noticeable smile and followed me. Did all these children really come here to an abandoned camp? No, Does he not get it? No, there's something really wrong about that. However, food was being distributed, so me and Masha took trays and sat down separately from the others.
He doesn't want to believe it.
It's annoying, actually. I ate intently, trying not to raise my head up from the plate and not to look at the surrounding people. However, it didn't help me much. In a couple of minutes, someone showed up near our table. I barely managed to raise my eyes and saw Lena.
If I do Lena, my Lena voice is just gonna be my Zach voice.
Yeah.
Can I?
Why you gotta belittle his voice like that?
I'm not belittling, I just don't want to do a high-pitched voice, so I'm gonna do the low voice.
I?
Can I?
She asked quietly.
Can I?
Yeah, suit yourself.
While I was thinking as to how I should answer, Masha pulled out a chair beside her and invited Lena to sit down with a gesture.
You weren't yourself this morning.
She began anxiously.
Well, got up on the wrong side of the bed.
Masha laughed nervously. Lena glanced at me and then quickly looked away.
So, how's it going?
I started with more general questions.
Fine. I see.
I genuinely had no idea of what we can discuss with her. Plus, Lena indeed looked pretty odd. While she was usually all fun and high spirits, now she looked extremely timid and shy.
Did you hear anything about Slavia? What happened? Well, nobody has seen her since yesterday. It's like you two disappeared first. Now you are here. But Slavia is...
She left long pauses after each of her sentences. I still didn't get it. Either it's completely perfect acting, or the being sitting in front of us wasn't our Lena.
Nope.
We haven't seen her.
Well, I hope she will be back eventually. Yeah, we hope so too.
So where were you last night?
Should you care?
I shrugged.
I should. Did you know that Slavia is missing?
Just heard that from Lena.
Exactly.
What?
I went searching
Whoa.
for her and
That's new.
found her.
That looks like a face of sadness. That doesn't really match.
She looks like she's drooling too.
Yeah, kinda. I found her.
Was Sasha dead? What the flip? It looked like she was desperately fighting back tears.
Oh shit. I didn't think of that. That's good news then.
Come, let me show you.
Let me show you the body,
Oh my god.
she said quietly and headed in the direction of the forest.
If that's actually what happened, this game is like on a whole new level.
I looked at Masha.
Maybe we shouldn't?
What's wrong with it?
However, my inner voice was agreeing with her.
Alright then. But I'm afraid.
Everything will be fine.
Maybe Olga Dmitrievna will kill us. Who knows what's happening? Soon enough, we came to a small glade.
There.
Olga Dmitrievna, she's hang.
What?
Is she?
Oh. Holy
Oh.
shit.
I took a few steps and suddenly spotted a detached human arm.
Oh my god.
If you look at the bottom and at the text box.
Oh.
What the flip,
Holy
dog?
shit. Wow. This fucking game,
What
jeez.
happened? Why is her arm off? What?
Look at that tree.
Look at
It's
those
great.
eyes. They're not there.
Dude, when you said she was hanging, I thought it was in the background of that picture. I was like,
Oh,
holy shit.
I assumed she hung herself, dude. How do I get that back? Oh, there we
That's good.
go. Huh. Alrighty.
Oh my god.
In fact, it wasn't even detached. More like it had been torn off. Masha peered out from behind my shoulder and screamed in terror straight away.
I'm not acting that out.
Don't look.
She burst into tears and rushed into Olga Dmitrievna's arms. I made a considerable effort. I had to look behind the tree to ensure that it was indeed Slavia. Body parts were lying there. An arm, a leg ruptured in several places, a piece of flesh from the chest, a head with hair clotted with blood, deeply sunken glassy eyes.
Jesus.
Wow, that's detailed. I felt like vomiting and instinctively averted my gaze. They're both crying.
Who did this?
How would I know?
Man, no need to get sassy here.
Said Olga Dmitrievna in a surprisingly stone-cold voice. I mean, couldn't it have been an animal?
Feel like
Throughout
a
the
bear
camp-
attack.
Throughout the camp, you're the only ones without an alibi.
It could have been a bear attack, Mrs.
Masha continued to cry, now on my shoulder.
What, you seriously think that we were able to do this?
I gazed at her in fury. Now it didn't matter that much what was happening here. Silly jokes or something more serious. A person had been murdered. A person whom we knew. Slavia or Sasha. Makes no difference.
Well, no.
She hesitated.
But someone did it after all.
I would say some wild animals. Probably wolves.
There were never any wolves around.
So, you think a human could have done it, is that what you're saying?
Well, there is no one else to blame.
Other than the bears, you know. Dumb lady. No, that makes no sense at all. It just can't.
I hugged Masha tighter. Her sobbing became quieter.
Anyway, we have to call the police.
Of course we have to. Let's go.
There were two main questions in my mind. First, what is happening here? And second, who murdered Slavia Sasha? Or Sasha Slavia? Anyway, who's the murderer? The first one could be postponed for the time being, but I still had no clue how to deal with the second one. Despite all the confusion, the conclusion of her being savaged by wild beasts seemed to be the most reasonable explanation. I don't care if there are any wolves here or not. It could even be a bear, or a badger, but that ain't no human, dog. No one would be able to do something like that without additional tools. Why would I know that? And the types of wounds, it made it clear that the unfortunate victim had been dismembered with bare hands or paws. Though, it's true enough that an enraged human can gain nearly superhuman strength. But of all the people gathered here, who would be able to do something like that? Ezreal? Lena? Maybe Olga Dmitrievna herself? Nah, that's kinda stupid. I was just about to get up when suddenly I sensed someone's presence. I looked back and saw Lena.
Oh, I didn't want to scare you.
Suddenly she became 20 feet tall and ripped my arm off.
It's okay.
You can rip my arm off.
It's okay, you can rip my arm off. I
any,
give consent.
any day, baby.
Can I sit here? Yeah, sure, sit down.
She fixed her skirt with a neat move, sat down, and started staring at the sunset.
How sad this all is. Yeah, not much to rejoice about. What do you think? Who could have done that? How should I know? Certainly not me. No, no. It's not like I suspect you or anything.
Why are you talking so slowly?
I don't know. That's the only way I can do that voice without doing it quickly.
Zach's not slow, you dick.
It's evolved from Jack. I'm trying to get like a graveliness.
It's evolved. Are you
Oh,
saying that
oh,
he's primitive? He's
She began waving her hands in a funny manner.
Well, thanks for that.
I smirked sadly.
But that must have been done by a very cruel, very evil person. Well, not necessarily.
Lenny glanced at me in confusion.
Maybe it's a one-off delusion. After all, in everyday life, Maniac can be the nicest of people. So, are you saying that
Her eyes widened and her jaw dropped a little.
it could have been done by any one of us? Well, I'm not asserting that, that's for sure. But the circle of suspects is quite large. No, none of the children could do that. No one.
They've never referred to them as children before, have they?
I guess not.
Weird.
Well, if Ulyana's there, then there is children there. They
Yeah,
never
but,
really
like-
talk about them.
Yeah, but like, they've never brought it up until we went back in time, and then forward in time, and then back in time, and, you know.
Yeah. And then back to the future present.
With Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Home alone in the cabin.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's up to the police to deal with it.
We spent some more time sitting in silence. I was about to leave when Lana suddenly whispered, "It's for real estate."
Or could you...
That's creepy.
What?
An unnatural grin appeared on her face. A devil's grin, so I thought.
Could you have murdered Slavia? Of course not.
And to flick a thing.
But you two didn't get along very well. Why do you think so? We were getting along just fine.
It suddenly became clear that Lena most likely is not talking about me. More precisely, not the me from yesterday. Not the Slavia whose name is Sasha. I was sure about that.
No, it wasn't me. Okay, relax. I'm not accusing you.
She gave me a look, and for a second her eyes seemed red to me. Maybe it was just a reflection of the sunset.
I'm glad you got everything right. But it was you who said that everyone's worth suspecting.
The Lena bad ending is gonna be spooky. That's all I know, dude.
I didn't tell you to suspect everyone. I meant that we don't know who the criminal is. Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, I hope I don't become the next victim.
Lena said loudly and burst out laughing.
Ho 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 ho.
The way she did it gave me the creeps.
Ho 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 ho. Okay, it's time to go.
Alright, so she's the murderer.
Yeah.
She got up and swiftly left the square. I chose not to linger and headed to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. It was now completely dark. Masha was still sleeping, so I decided not to wake her and quietly climbed in next to her.
Oh.
Our direct leader, was still nowhere to be seen.
So wait, he's sleeping with Masha in Olga's cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you remember Semyon shared a cabin with Olga Dmitrievna?
What?
Anyway, who cares? Person's been murdered. It's not the time for such truffles. And anyway, we still have to find out what's going on. Why does everyone keep acting like they are pioneers? Does he still not get it? I hate it. It seems to me that until it becomes clear who the real criminal is, This whole ridiculous carnival won't stop.
I mean, he wrote the goddamn script. He should know what happened. Or
It's,
what is happening.
she actually killed Sasha.
I like how the tone of the game, depending on which route you go, is just so different.
It's so different. Like,
Like, flipping the other one, I mean, yeah, Lena was really weird, like, that first time we ran through it. But, like, it was like, oh, my forbidden love, and it's like, oh, no, I'm still a sad asshole, and I play the guitar, oh, cool, And then this one, it's like, oh, I'm a pioneer, but oh, I'm actually a writer and I'm doing a movie. But no, I'm actually a pioneer and also someone's died.
someone's been
They were ripped
murdered.
apart, and they showed that we we fucked, and then someone got ripped apart the next day, and this purple-haired bitch thinks I did it.
Even though she very clearly did it. Like, dude, Lena's
She
Creed.
was a little suspicious.
She's more than just a little sus.
I was muted, but I kind of chuckled when you said she's gonna rip my arm off, and then immediately, like 5 seconds later, oh, she's the killer.
She is, dude. Like, it's not even a question.
It was just funny how it went from joking to serious accusation in like the span of a smile.
It's just what happens. Well, I guess it's no use to just lie down and wait. Right now, it's probably just the wind blowing or something like that. But this late at night, when everyone's asleep, I stood up, grabbed my trousers in the dark, and looked around. It was hardly probable that I might find something that I could use as a means of self-defense here, but at least I had to give it a try. Rummaging through the cabin's contents, I stumbled upon a locker drawer inside the cabinet. Sure, I'd love to find a gun, or at least some kind of heavy crowbar there. However, I totally understood that I really shouldn't hold my breath for one. But it had to be locked for a reason. I pushed the cabinet from the wall, estimated where exactly on the backside of the drawer that was, and gave it a sharp and precise, so I would not wake up Masha, kick with my leg.
You still kicked a cabinet, and that would be loud.
The plywood cracked, and some things spilled forth from the drawer. Underwear, more underwear,
Oh.
matches. Oh, they might just come in handy.
So I can burn the cabinet down.
I shoved the matchbox in my pocket. At the same moment, I heard some strange noises from outside the door, as if some wild animal was scratching on it. Surely, if that is the real criminal, I won't stand a chance against him. But one shouldn't shrug off the possibility that it was the work of a local pioneer, who may have gone crazy or who was just insane from the start. Anyway, I should still be able to knock out any of the local residents, even if he came at me with a knife. Thinking about a weapon gave me the creeps. No, I shouldn't be so overconfident. If I get into an encounter with someone who is, for example, armed with a knife, then I must shut the door, barricade all entrances, and wait for help. You probably couldn't get a hold of a firearm here anyway. Although...
Oh, it's like 1980s Russia. You probably could.
the door creaked once more, opened about an inch.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
scared. I closed my eyes for a second and violently pulled at it, gathering all my strength.
Oh.
I heard a choked scream and saw Eliza, spread-eagled on the
Spread eagle?
Spread-eagled.
What does that mean, spread eagled on the doorstep?
I have no idea.
Does that mean what I think it means?
I hope not.
Oh, it's just you.
I heaved a sigh of relief.
Don't scare people like that. Want me to give me a heart attack? Do you want me to get a heart attack?
You want me to give myself a heart attack? I'll do it. She got up, dusted her clothes off, and glanced at me guiltily.
I'm sorry. It's fine, it's just... It could be dangerous to walk alone around the camp during the night. Well, with all the stuff that's happening.
I stopped short. Happening implies an ongoing process, as if something was still going to happen.
I mean, happened. That's why I came.
Why is she fidgeting?
She's getting the knife out from her pocket.
Eliza was looking at the ground and trembling slightly.
It's already late, but Olyana's still nowhere to be seen.
She raised her eyes to me and I saw tears running down her cheeks, but her arms behind her back. She's got a knife.
She's got a gap. Where could she have gone?
It wasn't like I was really concerned, but I asked because I felt that I had to calm the situation. It was perfectly clear that there was absolutely nothing to do in this camp at night, If there's electricity available, then everyone watches movies on their laptops. If not, then they just read books by candlelight. Wandering Under the Moon shouldn't be on that list.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know what I don't know how to do the sassy voice if it's not sassy. Okay, let's think through with it. Let's think through it without any fuss.
I walked over to the table and picked up the clock. It's midnight. It's been the
This
Miku
whole
ending for
thing
a
is the
while.
end Miku ending? I don't want to know
Yes.
how it ends.
I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, we go back in time, we wait it out, we go back into the future, and then
Or
we
like, you
make
know,
two
maybe
other
they go
movies.
on the bus or something.
Yeah,
You know,
like
pull that.
I didn't think it would be like I thought we'd just go back to the whatever and we'd be back in our room and Masha's there or something. I don't know. But like I didn't think we'd go through another storyline.
Why can't they have a nice innocent ending where we do the sex and we have a bunch of talky little kids and then, you know, the end?
If you
No, Lena's gotta murder another chick.